Alright, so a couple minutes ago, Phantom Forces just got an update that I really wasn't expecting it to get. Everyone has been saying that PF wouldn't get a Halloween update, but here we are. We have what looks like a new game mode, some new maps, or at least some new map revamps, and I'm going into this completely blind because a lot of these features that Stylis has added in, or rather changed in this Halloween update, are things that they didn't push to the test place. Now, Stylis absolutely should push unfinished features to the test place because that's the whole point of the test place, right? You're supposed to be testing these features. So the fact that they didn't do it is a bit concerning, but I also kind of like it because it adds to like the surprise of the update. Like, we weren't expecting this update to be as big as it was. Apart from what looks like a new game mode and these maps, there are of course the features that were in the test place, such as the bar, the H car, as well as the nerfs to the M16 family, which we will also be going over in this video. So let's get straight into it. Let's jump into a game and we'll see what it's about. Alright, so it looks like there's a temporary Halloween themed mode called Brawl. Now, I don't know what that is, we'll go over that later in this video, but let's check out this new map. Now, immediately right away, I recognize this as the 2020 Halloween version of Elevation. You can already see the resemblance in the layout and everything, so we already know that they're going to be coming from this direction. Yep, this is just Elevation. I keenly remember playing this map back in Halloween 2020. And actually back then, Elevation was a relatively new map. So this kind of brings back memories for me. Honestly, visual revamps like this are kind of what the game needs. We need more variety in maps in terms of aesthetics. Like, I think Castle Keep is a great example of this. Anyone who thinks Castle Keep is inferior to Refinery is blinded by nostalgia. Castle Keep is just better. It really is just better than Refinery in basically every single way. It just looks nicer than Refinery. That's not even a debate. Let's go over some of the balance changes first. So the M16A4, the M16A1, the M16A3, and yeah, no, I think it's just these weapons. They all got a nerf. Now, they aren't very big nerfs, and I think these will all still be very much meta even after these changes, especially since the M16A1 barely even got any changes. The M16A1 didn't really get changed that much, but they did nerf its handling a tiny bit, but it's like only a tiny bit. They nerfed its aim speed to, I think they nerfed it down to 15. I don't think the M16A1 got hit hard at all by this update. Rather, I think the M16A4 probably got hit the hardest by these changes, but it wasn't really hit that hard at all. What they did to the M16A4 is that they nerfed the damage down to 34, it was 35 before, and they nerfed the maximum damage range from 165 to 150. Now, this gun is still insanely good because it's the M16A4. It's 900 RPM, very low recoil, can still 3-shot to an okay distance, and it can still 2-shot to the head as well, because it still has a 1.5x headshot multiplier. I don't think the M16A4 was really hit that badly from these changes. Another was the M16A3. I think this gun will absolutely 100% be meta, even after the nerf it got to its maximum damage range. It used to be 145, I think. This wasn't a very big nerf. They also nerfed its penetration, which did literally nothing, and the muzzle velocity, which again did literally nothing, and the reload did something, barely, but this nerf wasn't really that impactful, and I think that's the entire point of the nerf. It wasn't designed to be impactful, because a nerf doesn't really have to be impactful if we're talking about the M16A3. Keep in mind that this is a gun that is meta, but that's only because it's a consistent, reliable assault rifle without that many downsides. The M16A3 has never been a gun that was obscenely overpowered, at least in the main game. I remember in the test place when it used to have 34 maximum damage for a bit, which made it literally better than the M16A4 in every conceivable way, and that was just hilarious. I honestly don't know what they were thinking when they did that. They might have just thought that the C7 was a bit overpowered, but instead of nerfing the C7, they just made the M16A3 also overpowered, even though it was already an insanely good gun before. But I'm getting sidetracked. The point is that the M16A3 has been nerfed, but only by a tiny bit. Also, the aim walk speed got nerfed, which I don't even think that does anything. Let's talk about the new guns. Now, they added the H car, which is just a DMR. I have no idea what it's doing in the battle rifle category, but it can one-shot, so I think that's cool. Let's talk about the gun that everyone else has been talking about, the bar. Now, the bar, when it was initially released to the test place, was insanely broken. Literally the most overpowered gun in the history of the entire game. I'm not even joking. Like, this gun was literally perfect in every single conceivable way. No recoil. It could two-shot up to an absolutely absurd distance to the torso. This thing was just stupid. It was actually stupid when it first released to the test place. But now it's just okay. But we'll see how good it is. So I'm just going to throw on basic attachments that I heard were good for this. So I think this will be alright. This is just a basic loadout. Stubby, muzzle brake, blue laser. Pretty standard. They forgot to give it its own reload sounds. Alright, my initial thoughts is that the recoil on this thing is still really nice. Like, it's actually a lot nicer than the STG-44, and I think that's the main advantage that it has over the STG. The recoil is way nicer. Of course, you get the downside of this gun only having 20 rounds. Still has around the same fire rate as the STG, but slow reload compared to the STG's really fast reload. And, you know, it's heavy. It's an LMG. I have no idea why it's not a battle rifle. I guess, I don't know. Things were different back then, but whatever. Maybe I should use Coyote Sight on this. Whatever, I don't care. Alright, so it appears that Stylis hasn't gone through and vaulted Dust Bowl yet, so let's play some Dust Bowl. Honestly, I'm just happy that Dust Bowl hasn't been vaulted yet. This update slaps for that reason alone. You know, I'm pre-buying Delta Sight. I don't even care that it's only 60 kills. I'm pre-buying Delta Sight. You know, with how good this gun's recoil is, maybe I should have used Angle Grip on it. Whatever. It's new. I don't think anyone knows the attachments better for this gun yet. Oh wait, this gun has a slower RPM mode. Is there any reason for that to exist, or is it just a funny mode? Yeah, there's no practical reason to ever use this. Just use it on 500 RPM. That's already slow enough. Okay, I am out of ammo. Does anyone have any ammo for me? Because I kind of need some ammo. There we go. Hold up, let me reload this. You do not see me over there. Honestly, this is just a silly little battle rifle. No idea what it's doing in the LMG category, but it's a good gun, actually. I do like this gun. I think it's a bit slow for my taste, but I mean, at the end of the day, it can two-shot to the limb, which is kind of not really common among autos. Like, even guns like the M3 and the SCG, those guns can't really two-shot kill to the limb. They can two-shot to the torso, which is basically the same thing, but I don't know, it's kind of unique to this gun that it can still two-shot limb. What is bro doing? There's no way Stylis actually decided to give this a third-person model. No way in hell. Okay, did they do it to the bar as well? Oh. Well, I mean, it looks like they did, but it's just kind of clipping through it. That's not an issue exclusive to the bar, by the way. The M60 does it too, and a bunch of other guns. I don't know, this gun is accurate, but the recoil just kind of feels weird. It's a lot of camera recoil. I noticed that, but like, I don't know, it's kind of weird to aim with. Maybe it's just the shake that it comes with. Like, maybe it's just that the gun is kind of shaky, because it's the new recoil system. It's the first gun they've actually added that has the new recoil built in. They didn't just give it the new recoil system. They actually built it with the new recoil system, which I think is pretty cool. And I think they're gonna do that with even more guns going forward. Let's see what this new Brawl game mode has to offer. This is gonna be on Highway Lot. I'm curious to see what it's like on this map. So everyone has the Bridal Brandisher melee or something. Alright, so this mode is just an insane Phantom side advantage. Because they have the Bridal Brandisher, what the hell? What am I getting so many assists? I don't know how I feel about this game mode, but I am getting about 100 kill pace with this, so, I don't know, I guess. I actually don't know what to feel about this game mode. Bro thinks he's safe? You think you're safe, bro? Do you think you're safe? Bro, I'm telling you, they really need to bring back Stab. Like, Stab is genuinely one of the most fun game modes in the entire game. Although melees in general in PF are very unbalanced, because you got melees that's like the stopper, for instance, that can literally one-shot anywhere, whereas the others can only one-shot on a backstab. Even with that, melees in PF are just really fun. They work really well with PF's movement system, and even though this specific mode is pairing one of the best melees in the game against the worst melees in the game, I still think it's a very enjoyable game mode. By next week, everyone's going to be sick of this in the game. Whereas with Stab, you can actually choose what melees you use. That is a lot of people here. Holy crap. Let's check out the H car. That'll be the last thing we look at today. So right off the bat, I'm just thinking this. Just seems like a decent-ish setup. I genuinely don't see why this is a battle rifle instead of a DMR. I'm going to be completely honest with y'all. Like, this is literally a DMR. I'm on a 10 kill streak right now. Well, actually, a lot of these were assist counts, but still. Is there any way that I can make this thing one-shot a little bit further? Well, I mean, this makes it fully automatic. I guess I'll try it. It's 400 RPM. And it has goofy recoil. But it does have 30 rounds, and it can two-shot to the torso, which actually I don't think this is horrible, but yeah, I don't think there's any reason to use the open bolt thing on the H car here. I mean, it's kind of cool, but like only kinda. After that, you just realize that you're better off using literally anything else. Like, at least use the gun and like, I mean, it's got 30 rounds. I think that makes up for it somewhat, but like it's not that great, you know. Well, this conversion kind of sucks. I'm not even gonna lie. It's kind of interesting, but there's not really any reason to use it. Even though it's 30 rounds, I don't really think that makes up for the fact that it's only 400 RPM, and muzzle boosting it only brings it up to 432, and it also makes the recoil a hell of a lot worse. So I don't actually think that this is anything worth using. But anyways, I think that's just about it for the update. There's a lot of other Halloween maps that I haven't covered, but at the same time, I don't really want to. Yeah, I guess that's just going to be about it for the video. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Goodbye.